Hey, guys, happy Thursday and welcome back. As you know, today we will be recapping the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Part 2 of the reunion with Emily D. Baker and Jason from Down with Jason on my channel at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you guys want to go on for a call-in, everyone gets to engage, kind of pre-chat before, check out Down with Jason, Jason's channel, for a Real Housewives of Beverly Hills reunion recap where you guys get to call in and share your unfiltered opinions. Guys, don't forget both of these will be a subscribers only live chat. So if you're not subscribed, get subscribed. But today we're back to talk about a video that Dana Wilkey did last night, $25,000 sunglasses, and kind of, I don't want to say in defense of Randall and Lala, but it was in their favor. So I'm going to go ahead and break that down. I have all the details. Before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, subscribe, smash that like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. Now with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so we know that Lala and Randall have had a couple of ups and downs over the past week when Randall was caught in Nashville walking into the Thompson Hotel with two mystery women, okay? Not only was he caught walking into the hotel, but he was caught crossing the street, and Dana Wilkey wanted to get to the bottom of it. Well, before we talk about what she said, mind you, Lala Kent has now been spotted without her ring. She just did her book signing last night at Barnes & Noble at the Grove. She sold every last copy of her book, so congratulations to her, and she deemed herself as unbreakable thanks to all of her fans. Well, she also took all of the photos of Randall off of her Instagram, but like Dana said, this is not the first time that she's done this. Dana went on to let us know that she has had a previous relationship with Randall, but nothing intimate, nothing physical. She just grew up with him in Hollywood, and she's known him for quite some time. She said there was a photo that surfaced, I believe she said from 2008, of her standing next to him, and people were wondering, is Dana his new girlfriend? No. Like Dana said, we've never been in a relationship, and at one point she couldn't even stand the man. From what she shared, which is kind of mind-blowing, but then I play it in my head and I'm like, oh, it's really not. I guess at one point Randall Emmett owed Dana Wilkey over $5,000 for a mega yacht trip they took, and he didn't pay her. He didn't pay her for 10 years. She actually got to the point where she went, knocked on his door of his office and asked him, "Where is my money, Randall?" This isn't the first time we've seen this. We saw it with 50 Cent. We've now heard about it from Dana. We're hearing about it from his ex-wife, Amber Childers. We're now hearing about it from his former landlord. I mean, this is just one after another, and it makes you wonder, do you ever want to loan money out? Like, it makes you kind of cringe and think, oh, is this a good idea? Is this a bad idea? I don't know. But when Dana was debunking these rumors, she called Randall and asked him, hey, listen, bet your ass I'm going to talk about it, and I want to make sure that I have my information right. Is this a PR stunt? Are you guys doing this to promote Lala's book? What actually is going on here? From what he explained to her, he's not used to the Vanderpump Rules Bravo fandom. So with that, he didn't realize every little move that he makes is going to be, well, photographed. People are going to run with it. There's going to be a story involved. Yes, if you're photographed with two women, of course, people are going to run with the story. And everyone wants to know, what were you doing in that hotel room? Dana said that when they were growing up in Hollywood, that they used to party their asses off. They used to party a lot, and they would go extremely hard. So she feels like he likes to go on these, I don't want to call it a bender, but likes to go to these little social gatherings and do just that. Every once in a while when he's free, he likes to party. Mind you, he is not sober. Lala is sober. And I'm not saying he's an alcoholic, but he still drinks. He still participates. He still goes to social gatherings. Lala still goes to social gatherings, but she doesn't mess with any sort of substance at this point at all. He was letting Dana know, yes, she's pissed. No, this is not a PR stunt. And 100% absolutely nothing happened. This is where it kind of gets me a little bit. Why would he even say to Dana, and I'm not discrediting Dana at all. You guys know I love Dana. Jason loves Dana. We met Dana in Miami, and we're going on her show next week. So make sure you go follow Dana on YouTube, and I'll also attach her YouTube to the description of this video, in the description. But why would he tell you if he was cheating? He's not going to share that with anyone, especially knowing that you have a gossip site. And she even pointed out, a lot of people believe the way that he met Lala was by committing infidelity on his ex-wife, hooking up with Lala in a hotel room. Yes, this looks bad. Like she said, I don't blame Lala for picking up and getting out of there, getting out of the house, getting away from Randall and taking some time for herself. But one thing that didn't really sit well with me in this conversation was he apparently told Dana that the photo of Lala Kent walking into the Beverly Hills Hotel with these two mystery guys, well, her friends were in town visiting, so she decided to take them to a hotel and he paid for it. I know both of those people in that photograph. I know both of them live in West Hollywood. I know that both of them have been around for a long time. One of them has been featured on Vanderpump Rules, and one of them used to be a manager for one of the Vanderpump restaurants until he was let go. I'm not going to get into that, but they are deemed as her husbands. She calls them her gay husbands, and you can always see them photographed with her at her Give Them Lala Beauty launch event, at her house. You always see them around. So I'm not buying the story that they were in town visiting, so she decided to take them to a hotel. It looked more like to me that she was pissed off. They're always there for her. They're a shoulder for her to cry on and lean on. Stassi obviously has a baby. She's not going to call Stassi. Sheena, she's not going to call Sheena when this is all happening, especially when that episode is premiering of Lala slamming Brock. I think that this was honestly her picking up her stuff, getting out and trying to recollect her thoughts. I don't think what Randall is saying, and I'm not saying he's a liar, I'm just not buying the fact that they were visiting and that's why she decided to go to a hotel. Now, Dana did say that Lala is at home at this point and they are trying to repair the relationship, whatever they can do to repair it, and they will be talking about this on their podcast on Friday. I'll definitely be listening. But at the end of the day, if there was a scandal, I don't think that they would share or admit to it. It's so bad for business. Now, Lala has to answer if there's some sort of scandal or cheating going on. She has to talk about it. Randall has to address it. It makes Lala look like, you know, where was your head at? Or some people, even fans, will look at her and be like, well, that's how you met your man. So how do you not expect him to do it to you? There's going to be so many opinions that come their way. So if they come together, they just put their minds together and they decide, listen, we fucked up. I fucked up. You took all of our photos off of Instagram. Let's just say this was a miscommunication and say, I didn't realize that I'm going to get photographed everywhere because I'm not used to the Bravo fandom. If they say that, then they might be able to salvage the relationship. They keep people out of their relationship, and then we can put this to bed. This is the classic case of if you're in a relationship, you don't tell your parents, because when you tell your parents, they're pissed off at your partner, and then you and your partner make up 3 minutes later, and then now your parents and your family, they don't like your partner. So then now, because you made up with your partner, you can't move forward because you have to fix it with the rest of your family because you opened your mouth in the first place. That is what this reminds me of, and that is the best analogy I can give you. Again, not saying Dana's wrong on any of this. It was really great to hear her insight. I love watching her on YouTube. And like DJ Richie Sky said, she's all of our new guilty pleasure. She just started her YouTube channel over a month ago. I'm so excited for her and watching her growth. But I do want to ask you guys, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think the information that Randall gave Dana is accurate? Do you think that there was no cheating at all and he just got photographed in a bad position? Or do you feel like he's trying to cover it up and there was actually more to the story, but he's not going to let that out? Or C, do you think that this was one big PR stunt like James Kennedy alluded to on Watch What Happens Live for the book tour? Guys, go ahead and comment below. And before you go, again, don't forget that we are going live with Emily D. Baker at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today for a subscribers only live chat, and Jason from Down with Jason. So if you guys aren't subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to smash that like button, and don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.